Alright, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Start off by saying Shabbat Shalom. All praises to the Most High, Ahaya. Tonight's lesson, we're going to go into some information on Cern. Cern is C-E-R-N. I hope everybody's having an IROB Taiwab, which means a good evening. Hope everybody's day went well. I know I look forward to the Sabbath. It's just a different feeling. But you know, every day we can praise the Most High, but the Sabbath day is just a little different. You know, so I'll open it up for any information, any news. We're in that time now. That's why the last month and a half or so I went back to the news for a minute that we had got away from it, because I feel like there was a lot of drama in that matter when it came to information. But now we are getting deeper and deeper into some serious stuff here. And that's why, I just need you guys to continue to do what you do. Continue to search the information. Continue to watch the news, because I can't see everything. So the Most High says I need all my ears, all my eyes open to what's going on. All right. So at this time, we'll open it up for anybody that has any information that they would like to share with the group. This is the time. Yeah. For Navy, is it or Marines? 4 Marines that was killed?
4 Marines and 1 cop.
Okay. So the 4 Marines that was killed, was it yesterday? Okay. So the 4 Marines that was killed yesterday, you guys, that's been going on a lot though. It's happening like every 6 months. I remember 6 months ago, the dude ran up on the yard and killed about 7 individuals himself. So that's been happening a lot. Now, that would be the reason why they put in the whole gun control law. Because now their guys are getting shot up and getting killed. Right? So then that's when they'll say, hey, all right, now it's time to take the guns off the street because our guys are getting killed. But, you guys, that's nothing to me, just for the simple fact. I feel sorry for those guys, but I think that's the dumbest thing in the world for you to have a base with the Marines, with the Army and these guys, and they are not armed. They can't protect themselves. So if anybody want to run up in there on them guys at any given time, they can. They are not protected. I never knew that until 7 months ago, that anybody that's on the base is sitting on the base and they're unarmed. And they try to say it's due to the fact that, you have kids that live on the base and different things like that. So that's probably why they don't allow these guys to be armed. But, that would be the reason why Obama will finally pull the plug and say no more guns on the street. We got too many soldiers being killed. All right. Any other news? Anybody else? Anybody online with some information, with some news they would like to share with the group? All right. If not, then we'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead, brother.
Just something real quick. The word massa in Hebrew means oppressor.
Oppressor? Massa?
Massa. So
Right.
when the slaves
Massa.
would say, they thought it was broken English, but they was
Oppressor.
the rules was saying Okay, oppressor.
Okay, master.
Yeah.
Okay, oppressor. Yeah, and that's why in captivity, our people, that's all they know is still to this day they're living in oppression. And our people know that. Our people know that nothing's really changed. The only thing that's changed is they now get a paycheck and they can buy their own food and clothes. But other than that, the captivity is now mental, a spiritual captivity versus the shackles being on your neck and your feet. And that's the ignorance of our people. They feel like, oh well, we're no longer in slavery. When did you get out of slavery? I mean, all they did was took the shackles off your feet, master, put on a suit and took the cape off. All right, he had the cape on, the white cape over his face, over his body. Took the cape off and put a suit on, and put you in a spiritual slavery with the entertainment, that world. People are so what's the word I'm looking for? People are so tied up in the sports world. People are so tied up in the music world. People are so tied up with these TV shows. I have to get home and watch my TV show. It starts at 8. Oh, you don't even got to get home no more. They have what's called, what is that thing?
TiVo.
TiVo? You know I'm illiterate when it comes to this stuff. Is it TiVo?
Yeah. Is it
or DV? Yeah.
DVR, yeah.
So now, people can just TiVo any show they want, and come home and they just got a program, a list of different programs, and just sit at home and just eat snacks and ice cream and watch their favorite shows and never miss any one. Huh?
Or even Netflix.
Netflix. So that's why Kennedy was killed. Kennedy was killed because he was warning the American people that you are trained through the media and trained through the TV shows, and they got you guys trained through this stuff to keep you away from what's really going on, and that's why they killed Kennedy. It's like, did you just go tell the American people what we were doing? So if you look it up, that's why they killed Kennedy, because he went in, he started telling the American people, y'all are like training robots. And everything they got y'all doing, puppets, that's what he used, puppets, he said, and everything they got y'all doing, they've already put it into motion 20 years ago. So you guys are just on a cycle. All right, so everything we're doing today, they already put this into place in 1995. All right, and like all the new technology that's coming out, your eyes are wide open, man, that's tight. They've already had this going on since 1995. So there are so many steps ahead of us. That's how they keep you in poverty. That's how they keep you in slavery, because there's so many steps ahead of you. And like I say all the time, how can a slave master come and tell you that you're the true people of the earth? You're no longer a slave. You're no longer a slave if he come and tell you you're the true people of the Bible. You're the kings of the earth. All right, you're gonna get so much power the moment he said to you. That dude that told you that he better get away right now. So that time will never happen, you guys. So that's why we got to continue to seek ourselves, continue to search out the spirit of the Most High on our own, because the world is in such a chaos to where don't nobody care about the true spirit of the Most High. Everybody's so wrapped up into this life and this world to where it's just going to pass them by, you guys. It's just going to pass them by, and it's so sad. It bothers me every time I talk about it, because it's so real. Friends, family, all these people are going to get passed by, and the Most High says, I don't have no feelings for these people. If you don't follow after me, and if you don't do my word, He has no special feelings for you. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. So many people think, well, He loves everybody. That don't mean that just because He loves everybody, that doesn't mean He's just going to continue to let you sin and do whatever. Okay? So, with that in mind, let's get to the information. Tonight's lesson is called Cern, Cern. And we're going to talk about Cern, on what Cern is and what Cern is about, and how it's going to take this world out. All right. Let's see.
Can you tell me the title of that again, please?
Cern. C-E-R-N. All right? C-E-R-N is the name of tonight's lesson. But before we go there, let's go to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras, chapter 8, verse 1. Do y'all need this? Do I have another pen?
I have a pen.
Yeah, somebody got it. Please. Here you go. Y'all need that. Find Esdras in that book, 2nd Esdras. It's not on there. Yeah, it's not. That's the only thing I don't like about that. It's not on there. We're going to go to 2nd Esdras. So find the book of Esdras. Yeah. Oh, it's not that popular. I don't know why. Yeah. 1 second. The book of Esdras, 2nd Esdras, chapter 8, verse 1. Go ahead and read that real quick. Nah, just read verse 1.
We're in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 1, and it reads, And he answered, saying, The Most High has made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similitude, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold, whereof earth and vessels are made.
So it says the Most High made this world for many. So many people live in this world. He made this world big. So many people live in this world. But the new world, okay, only a few people will make it to the new world. All right? And the new world is what? Heaven. So when judgment day comes, only a few people, and that's the thing. People don't understand this scripture because so many people think so many people are going to be saved. Well, I'm going to be saved. No, you're not. If you're not following these scriptures the way they are put, you're not going to make it. All right? So a few people, and like I say, do the math. Do the math on a few people. It's not a lot of people. I don't care how you look at it, a few people is not a lot of people. So what? Let's say, okay, out of 1,000, we're just going to use a small number, 1,000. A few out of 1,000 is what? Yeah, that's your math. That's that number. 144, no matter what. But a few people, you guys, all right, is not going to make it. And we all know if you say 10, what you've been taught, the number, you say, hey, I got 10 pieces, and somebody say, give me a few, that's 3. Somebody say, give me 20 pieces, I got a few, that's 6. All right? Give me 30 pieces, a few out of 30 is 9. See where I'm going? 40, 12, 50, 15, 60, 18, 70, 20. So the number is a small number. The bigger the number gets, it's still really small. So a few people are not going to make it. So just like you say, if you got 100 pieces, that's roughly about 30 people. All right? But we all know reading the scriptures say a third of the people will be saved. So now you break down a third versus a few, it gets even smaller. So that's why when you look around, you say, well, man, I gotta get myself in order because the Most High says only a few people will make it. And you don't want to be a part of that. All right, you want to be on the end where you're in the midst of the Most High, to where you have a chance to be saved. All right. So tonight's lesson is called Cern. Let's start off in Jude, chapter 1, verse 18. The book of Jude. Jude is right at the end of the Bible, right before Revelations. So we're going to break down Cern. Who in here know what Cern is outside of me talking about it the last couple of months? One person? Did you go research that out once we talked about it a couple months ago?
I stumbled on it a while back, and then when you talked about it, I looked.
You made you go dabble into it one more again, huh? Okay, so tonight we're going to break down what Cern is and what it's about. Jude chapter 1, verse 18. The Bible's a little confusing, brother?
Yeah, that one's too hard.
Okay. Yeah, that one how you really don't know what's going on.
Lettuce.
All right, Jude 1 and 18. Go ahead.
We're in the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 18, and it reads, "How that they told you there should be mockers in the last time, who shall walk after their own ungodly lust. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the Spirit. But ye, beloved, building up yourselves on your most holy faith, praying in the Holy Ghost. Keep yourselves in the love of the Most High, looking for the mercy of our power, Yeshua the Messiah, unto eternal life."
So it says, there should be mockers in the last time who should walk after their own ungodly lusts. So that's what we have going on today. We have people walking after their own lusts, and it's ungodly. It don't have nothing to do with the Most High. These be they who separate themselves. So it says these people that walk after their own ungodly lust, they will separate themselves from who? The people that are trying to follow the Bible the correct way, the people that are trying to do right amongst the Most High. So once you wake up and you try to do right amongst the Most High, you start trying to go out and talk to people, people are going to look at you funny, like, man, who's teaching you that? Where you learning that from? Man, that don't make sense. So after a while, the separation with that individual had, it could be your best friend, it could be a cousin. It starts doing this. It starts going the opposite way because you're learning one thing, and then they walk after their own ungodly lusts. So these are the days that we're living in. So this is what we're going to break down tonight. The government that we live in, and the people that walk after the government, these people walk after their own ungodly lusts. 2 Peter 3 and 3. So you got to be very careful. All right. You got to be very careful. And the word mockers in Jude 1 and 18 means false teachers. That's what mockers mean. Mockers mean false teachers. All right. So you got these preachers out here teaching these people wrong. And then you even got people out here that's not even preachers that walk after their own ways because they think they know. Well, I'm 25 years old. I know a lot. I know something. Listen, what book you been reading? Because if you're not reading this King James Bible and any reference book that comes from the King James Bible, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing at all. 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 3. Go ahead. 2 Peter's is right before Jude, where we was at, right before John. We got some new brothers in. They was here on Wednesday. They're here again. I know it's going to take them a while to learn where these books are. That's why we take a little longer to give them a chance to get there. 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 3. Go ahead.
We're in the book of 2 Peter. We're in chapter 3, verse 3. And it reads, "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation."
So it says, in the last days, there shall be scoffers. Scoffers the same as mockers, false teachers, walking after their own lust. So I just want to give you another precept to go with that one to show you that it's talking about the last days here. In the last time, so Jude 1 and 18 said last time, this one says last days. Same thing. People are walking after their own lust. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? Question mark. But since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. So all things continue on, okay, from the beginning of the creation. You're going to have, so at the beginning of the creation, right off the rip, you had who? Satan come in and tried to deceive Eve. Well, none trying, he did. All right. Satan was walking after his own lust. All right. And so we have that right now going on. Okay. And when we get into the information tonight, your mouth is going to say, it's going to open and you're going to say, what? These people are doing what? Because they're walking after their own ungodly lust. So that's why I wanted to give y'all these precepts first, because once we go into this Cern information, you're going to say, I can't believe it. I can't believe these people are up to this. But you better believe it. And that's why I continue to prepare your spirit for what's about to happen. That way we're not blindsided. That way we don't get what? Called naked. Is that what Revelation is what? 16 and what? 14 say? Let's go to it. Revelation 16 and 15. Let's not get caught naked. Don't be one of those ignorant people out there who walk in a manner to where they think they know it all, and then when America hits you with the big or the New World Order or whatever, now you're gonna be like, oh man, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, you was caught naked. Keep your clothes on so you be prepared. Listen, if you know you got company coming over, right? And you got company all in your living room, everybody playing dominoes and stuff, and then you go into your room and you chilling and doing something, and you gonna take your clothes off. It's a possible somebody might come in there and be like, hey, what? Oh man, hold on. Nah. Listen, you got a house full of people. You go in the room, at least go in the bathroom and close the door if you're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? But keep your clothes on, you know people's there. So same thing with the spirit. It's gonna pop up on you. And when it pop up on you, be ready. Be dressed. Go ahead.
We're in the book of Revelations, we're in chapter 16, verse 15, and it reads, Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. So the Messiah says, I come as a thief in the night. He tells you right here, I'm going to come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth. What does that mean? Him that's reading the Bible, him that is studying, he's going to be prepared when I come. But the man and the woman that don't read the Bible, they don't prepare, when the Messiah comes, they're going to be shocked because they're not prepared. Their spirit is going to be shocked because their spirit ain't getting ready. Right now, when you read and you study and we come together like this, your spirit is getting prepared. It's getting ready for the Messiah. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment. You keep your garments on, you ready. Lest he walk naked and they see his shame. So you don't want to get caught naked. All right, keep your spirit girded and keep yourself girded in the truth. But what's wrong with this world? What's wrong with our people, especially Israel? What's wrong with Israel? Let's go to Hosea 4 and 6. What's wrong with Israel? Why don't they want to receive this truth, and why can't they receive this truth? There's a problem here. Because when you try to go to people, Hosea is after Ezekiel, after Daniel. So when you try to go to people and you try to preach to them, or even not even preach, just talk to them. Just talk to them and say, hey, I've been studying a little, let me show you this. And they give you pushback. But what's wrong with our people? Hosea 4 and 6, go ahead. We're in the book of Hosea. We're in chapter 4, verse 6, and it reads, My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Read it again.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
So the Most High says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Who is his people? Israel. And Israel don't even know who they are. So that's how they destroy for lack of knowledge. You can go to somebody right now and tell them, do you know you're from Israel? You know you're Israel? From the tribe of Judah? And they be like, what? Yeah, you're destroyed for lack of knowledge. Go ahead.
We're in the middle of verse 6. It says, Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. So the Most High says, since thou hast rejected knowledge, so when somebody try to go to some individual and tell them, hey man, I've been reading the Bible, you should know this, and they reject it, oh man, I don't believe in that, I don't care about that. The Most High says, I will reject you then.
All right. When that day comes, I'm going to reject you because you rejected the knowledge. Somebody tried to come to you and give you that knowledge and wake you up, and you rejected it. All right, and that's what's going to happen. All right. Skip down to verse 12. So our people reject knowledge, and this is what they do. This is what they believe in. Go down to verse 12.
We're in the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 12, and it reads, my people ask counsel at their stock.
What's their stock? Stock was slavery. So my people ask counsel at their stock. So my people were in slavery. They would ask counsel. They would ask for teaching from slave master. Hey, master, can you show me something? Can you teach? So my people ask counsel at their stocks. Go ahead.
We're in the middle of verse 12, and it reads, and their staff declareth unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms hath caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their power.
So when my people were in slavery, they asked for counsel. And the slave master, which is the staff, declared unto them the spirit of whoredom, which caused them to err. So gave them the spirit of wickedness, gave them the spirit of these religions, and caused them to err. And they have gone a whoring after from under their God. Which is their God? Ahia, which is I am that I am. So the people don't follow Ahia. Why? Because the slave master taught them to follow Jesus. So it's caused them to err. All right. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 8, verse 11. Ecclesiasticus is after Proverbs. Yep, there you go. After Proverbs, after Psalms, in that area. Not you too far. Let's see. Probably right here in the middle somewhere. I was right there. I went right to it for you. You can do that. Let's see. So it'll be right after this. Yep. Psalms right there is after Psalms. It's after Proverbs. Proverbs is after Psalms. And Ecclesiastes is right after that. Chapter 8, verse 11.
We're in the book of Ecclesiastes. We're in chapter 8, verse 11. And it reads, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
So it says the heart of men, which is the men of this earth, is fully set on evil. These people are fully set to do evil in this world. All right. And it says because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. What does that mean? Since you're not going to get judged right away, their heart is set on evil. Because if a lot of people knew, if I did evil right now today, the Most High is going to judge me at the end of the day. A lot of people wouldn't do evil. They were like, nah, I'm not going to do that because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to get it. So it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. So the Most High is not coming right down and executing you speedily. He's waiting on Judgment Day. So since people think they got into Judgment Day, their heart is fully set on evil. I'm going to do what I got to do for now. But if the Most High knew if the world knew the Most High was going to come down every day and judge you at the end of the day, a lot of evil will get taken out of this world. All right, that's what that just said. So now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the lesson. Let's go to Revelations chapter 9, verse 1. So a lot of people stay on the dark side. A lot of people stay on the evil side because they feel like I have time. I have time to change. I'm going to do evil now, and then I'll change it when I'm 55, 60 years old. What's the song we always talk about? What's his name? Bruno Mars? What's the song?
I just heard it too.
Paradise on earth. I would rather have my paradise on earth because he know he ain't gonna get it in heaven. So I'm gonna get my paradise here, but when Judgment Day come, I know I'm going to Doomsday, because he even got a song called what? Locked Out of Heaven? That was a jam on Forever. Top one. It was at the top of the charts forever, locked out of heaven, and people just in the clubs losing their mind when that song come on. And he's saying, I'm locked out of heaven. This is the world we in. Just like people continue to follow Kanye West and listen to his music, and he told you he sold his soul to the devil. Kanye West said, I sold my soul to the devil. I know it was a crappy deal. At least I got a few toys out of it, like a Happy Meal, and people continue to follow. Who? Listen, Rihanna and Beyonce are on a whole nother level. And Katy Perry's gotten there too. I was watching something earlier, researching some stuff, and Katy Perry has a video as a E.T. Is that what it's called? And when you watch the video, she's falling. She's Lucifer falling from the sky. The whole video, she's falling from the sky, the star falling from the sky to hit the earth, as if she was Lucifer. And I showed all you guys. I have a video on here where when Katy Perry first blew up, a little girl asked Katy Perry, she's doing an interview. The little girl asked Katy Perry, what do I have to do to get in your shoes? And Katy Perry basically told the little girl, I had a rough time getting here. I tried so many different routes to make it big and it wasn't working. My parents were Christians. I was following their ways and it just wasn't working. And then I finally sold my soul to the devil. And now I am where I am. That's what she told the little girl. To sell your soul to the devil and you'll get where I am. So these individuals, listen, Kanye West, Jay-Z, all these guys, they know what they're doing. They're under a spirit. It's a bad spirit. But Lucifer, when he hit the earth, what was Lucifer? What type of angel?
The music.
The entertainment. It's the music. The entertainment angel. So once he hit the earth, he took over the entertainment world right now, and that's why you have so many different demonic spirits in that type of world. So I don't care how you look at it. If you get in your car and you put on Jay-Z, if you get in your car and you put on Lil Wayne, these females love me like Satan, man. What kind of stuff is that? Every female should be like, man, get that out of here, dude. I would never buy that CD, but selling off the charts. Can't even go into the record stores, it's gone. These females love me like Satan, man, and they just in the club jamming. Serious? So when you listen to this music and you're jamming to it, that spirit that they're under, that demonic spirit that they're under, Kanye West, I sold my soul to the devil, Jay-Z, and then you put it on and you jamming to it, guess what you're doing? Worshiping Satan. You don't even realize it. That's why I'm going on 4 years now that I have not listened to none of that music. Somebody can come in here right now and say, Ed, I'll give you $1,000 if you tell me the top 2 songs on the radio, and I would fail. I would fail because I have not listened to the radio in so long. All right, we gotta find our way, we gotta find a way to separate ourselves from that world. That world is ran by Satan, and as long as you're a part of it, you will not receive salvation. You gotta pull your spirit out of that realm. Revelations 9:1.
We're in the book of Revelation. We're in chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
So it says, and the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Who is this name? It's Satan. Nobody else. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit. All right, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. So let's break down this pit, this bottomless pit that this angel hit. Grab your phones. We're going to Google some information. Grab your phones and go to, you want to give them that, brother?
We have
Yep. Give them that that web address so they can pull up this article.
We have HTTP semicolon 2 slashes, and it is all news pipeline. All news pipeline.com /Cern CERN space recreate space big space bang .php.
Go one more time, give it to him. You have to probably follow along with him, something like that. Whatever case is. Give it to him one more time.
We have HTTP semicolon 2 slashes allnewspipeline.com /Cern space recreate space big space bang .php.
Y'all get that? All right. Read Revelations 9 and 1 again. Read 9 and 1 and verse 2.
In the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, "And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit."
Okay. So now that we know Satan has the key to the bottomless pit, to open the bottomless pit, all right, and to bring different things through from the bottomless pit. What they're gonna do once he opens the bottomless pit, he's gonna bring in all kind of demons, bad spirits into this earth that we live on. All right. So now that we know the fifth angel sounded and a star fell from heaven to open up the bottomless pit, he had the keys. Let's read this information.
We're on an attempt to recreate Big Bang. Begins March 2015. Will gates of hell soon open to the destruction of all creation?
So didn't we just read in Revelations 9 and 1 that this angel, the star fell, and the key was given to him to open up the bottomless pit. Now what we're reading right here, it says, an attempt to recreate Big Bang. Now we know there was no Big Bang. Right? When you follow the Bible, we know the Most High created the heaven and the earth. There was no such thing as Big Bang. He created the heaven and earth and the people, and that's where we came from. There was no Big Bang that there was life. But due to the science of people and what they think, the earth was created through the Big Bang. So it says right here, attempt to recreate the Big Bang. So scientists have said we're going to recreate the world. That's basically what we're starting off with. Attempt to recreate Big Bang begins March 2015. Will gates of hell soon open to the destruction of all creation? So they're going to, with their Big Bang, it's like they want to get rid of this place and bring in the gates of hell and destroy all creation. Creation that's here now. Destroy you and bring in another life form and open up the gates of hell. So that's what we're going to read tonight, and that's why we start off in Revelation 9. Go ahead and read.
It says, with the reopening of CERN's large hardened collider in March of 2015, two leading and well-respected scientists, theoretical physicists, and cosmologist Stephen Hawking and astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson have recently issued independent warnings that, when looked at through the eyes of the supernatural war taking place right now upon our planet Earth between the forces of good and evil, send us a clear message. This is it. The reopening of Cern will bring together scientists playing with unknown forces, attempting to recreate the Big Bang. As shared in the first video below, the moment of the creation of the universe.
So they, like I say, with the creation of the universe, they say it came from the Big Bang. We know that's not true. But these people said, we're going to recreate it. We're going to do it again. We're going to recreate the universe. How can you recreate the universe? Get rid of this one and start another. That's what's up these guys' sleeve. Paragraph 2.
In paragraph 2 it says, Dr. Stephen Hawking recently warned that the reactivation in March of...
So the reactivation, so CERN has been around for a while, but they shut it down for some years. They had shut it down for like 2.5 years. And then they reactivated it this March. So over the last 2 years, they put more money into it and made it much more powerful and better. And now they just reactivated it 3 months ago. Go ahead.
It says, I'm going to start from the beginning. It says, Dr. Stephen Hawking recently warned that the reactivation in March of CERN's Large Hadron Collider could pose grave dangers to our planet. The ultimate reality check, we are warned. Hawking has come straight out and said the God particle found by CERN could destroy the universe.
So this is what this scientist is saying. He says, listen, this power that they have with CERN could destroy the universe. Go ahead.
Leaving time and space collapse as shared in the second video. Is CERN the most dangerous thing in the cosmos that could lead to the ultimate destruction of the Earth and the entire universe? Recent developments prove to us the scientific community is no longer able to explain reality without looking at the supernatural. Will we soon learn CERN is really the ultimate Stargate and one of the gatekeepers' most closely guarded secrets? Will this be the way man attempts to break the ultimate God barrier and attempt to encounter demigods?
So let's stop right there. So it says, so demigods is like all the gods of past, like Osiris and all the different gods that they worship in all these different kingdoms. So it says, is this an attempt to encounter these gods, bring these gods back? That's why I said, is this really the ultimate Stargate? Stargate to open up the demon spirits, bring in all these demon spirits? Are they really trying to bring these demon spirits back? Are they really trying to bring all these different gods back that they worshiped at one point in time? Go ahead.
I'm going to start where I left off. It says, an attempt to encounter demigods in an all-out rush towards the destruction of all creation. We understand they won't be releasing the secrets until they're prepared to release them.
That's why you haven't heard about it, because they're not going to release some of this information until they're prepared to do so. Read the next one.
We're in the third paragraph. It says, the CERN headquarters symbol of Shiva.
Shiva. So the CERN's headquarters has the symbol of Shiva in their headquarters, and when you go back up to the top of this, you see that little symbol, that little thing with the fire around it. That's what you see when you walk up to CERN, and we're going to break that down in a minute. Go ahead.
It says, I'm going to start from the beginning. It says, the CERN headquarters symbol of Shiva, dancing the cosmic dance of death and destruction, signal the true purpose of CERN's existence.
So it says that symbol signals the true purpose of CERN's existence, which is death and destruction. Shiva, that symbol, when you look it up, represents death and destruction, and they have it right in the beginning and at the front layers of CERN. When you go there, that's the first thing you see. Is this big old statue of Shiva, which is the signal of death and destruction. Go ahead.
It says, a look at the Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction, symbology surrounding CERN's headquarters gives us the beginning of what we need to know. The men who would play God in searching for the God particle are truly going to find more than they bargained for. As they open the gates of hell, we are warned by Stephen Quayle. They will find interdimensional beings who have a taste for human flesh, and in humanity's destruction, most scientists, in lacking an understanding of the supernatural entities that are going to confront them, are way beyond their ability to comprehend.
So it says these scientists lacking an understanding of the supernatural entities. They don't understand what they're getting themselves into. They're too smart for their own good. It's basically what this one scientist is saying. They don't even know what they're doing. All right, read. No, skip that. We'll finish that. I'll read this information right here. I don't even remember where I got this from. It's only a paragraph. Read that right there.
Says the world's largest super collider is located at the European Center of the Nuclear Research.
So it's telling you where Cern is located. It's located in Europe. All right, go ahead.
In a 17-mile long tunnel built in a giant circle.
You hear that? Cern is 17 miles long and is built in a tunnel, like in a circle, a giant circle. So imagine a giant circle, and within it, 17 miles long. This is how big this machine is. Cern is a machine. Cern is a machine that is 17 miles long. That's from here. So 17 miles long will be from here to almost Scottsdale. Think about it. From here to Scottsdale Road almost will be 17 miles. Almost to like 56th Street. So from 51st Street to 56th Street, or maybe even Scottsdale Road, is 17 miles. That's a huge machine. So it says Cern is 17 miles long. Go ahead.
It says Cern is 17 mile long tunnel built in a giant circle, buried 330 feet underground.
Buried 330 feet underground. So that's why when we read Revelations 9:1, it says the star that has the key to the bottomless pit. You see why we're reading what we're reading? They have the key to the bottomless pit, so they're underground now, which is the bottomless pit. 330 feet underground and 17 miles long. This is a machine that's going to take out anything the moment they push the button on it. Go ahead.
It says it is beneath the French-Swiss border near Geneva. Total cost over $9 billion as of January 2010. It's been funded by European government and $542 million from the United States. The Large Hardened Collider LHC was restarted April 5th after a 2-year shutdown and a $150 million upgrade.
So they shut it down for 2 years, and then they just restarted this March and April after they put $150 million into it to upgrade it. It wasn't where they wanted it to be, so they shut it down and put $150 million into it. And they say this 17-mile radius machine, which is 330 feet underground, is in Europe and half is French. That's where it goes. Read the last part.
We're in the last paragraph. It says inside the LHC, 2 beams of protons are forced to smash into each other.
So in this machine, you have 2 beams of protons, which is a force to smash into each other at a high speed. Go ahead.
The initial goal was to create the so-called God particle, Higgs boson, achieved in 2012. Now they hope to recreate the Big Bang, discover dark matter, expose other dimensions, and more.
So they're trying to expose other dimensions. What other dimensions are they trying to expose? These demon gods. They're trying to go into other dimensions and bring back demon gods. That's what this machine is. That's what it just said. Expose other dimensions and more. Go ahead.
To do that, scientists are nearly doubling the power level so the two beams of particles will collide much more violently.
So now let's turn the volume up a notch. They said let's get these two beams and let's turn the volume up a notch so when they collide, it can be more violently. So that's like us going out here and getting two cars and putting them at each other, facing each other. And say, all right, let's go 10 miles per hour. You go 10 miles per hour, it'll be an accident, but it's going to be a little minor, you know what I'm saying? Let's go 30. Yeah, it'll be an accident, but it'll be a little damage. So these scientists said, listen, let's get the two cars. You go 100, you go 100. And when we hit, let's see what happens. It's going to shatter into pieces, right? Both cars is going to just shatter into pieces. It's going to be done. Whoever's in each car is done, and the cars are going to be totaled out. This is what they're trying to do. So within Cern, they have these two beams. They shut it down for 2 years, put 150 million upgrades. Say, all right, let's turn the volume up a notch. And they just started it in March. So the volume ain't hit full peak yet. It takes a time. It takes a time when you turn it up. It has to do this, right? And it picks up steam after a while. That's what we're in right now. They turned it on in March, and it's steady picking up steam right now. And after a while, those two beams are going to hit, and guess what's going to happen? Kaboom. Bye-bye now. We're here. And it's here with us. 17 miles long, 330 feet underground. So when these two beams hit the high peak that they wanted to hit, it's going to create this big bang that they're asking for. Which is like a nuclear blast that's just going to is just going to wipe everything out. So this is why I continue to give you guys the information so your spirit can be prepared on every level. That way you're not what? Caught naked. Your spirit understand what they're trying to do. Your spirit understand what's about to happen. And not only before the Big Bang that they're trying to create happens, they're trying to bring in these demonic spirits to come rule the world with Satan. But we all have to know though, when you're in the spirit of the Most High, what? This has to come to pass. Satan has to get power and rule. He already has power, but he has to rule for so long to get a Messiah to come back and say, enough is enough, Satan. You get in that pit. Go to that pit, Satan. That's what the Messiah is going to do. Okay? Let's read it. Let's go to Revelations 20:1. This has to come to pass. Satan is going to bring his demon friends back, which is all these demon gods. They're going to rule for a little season, and then the Messiah is going to come back and say, hey, time to throw y'all in this pit. Time to throw y'all in this pit. So don't get scared when we talk like this and be like, what? They really doing what? No. That's why I'm preparing the spirit. That way when it happens, you know what's about to happen. And you know how to come back. Your spirit knows how to come back. And knows how to fight the spiritual war that we are part of, Ephesians 6:12. Okay, so you have to understand the prophecy of the Bible in order to be saved. And if you don't understand the prophecy of the Bible in these scriptures, guess what? You can't be saved. Because the Most High don't have time to teach you what's about to happen. That's why he put people like me out here to study and study and study, to come to you and say, hey, this is what you need to do and this is what's about to happen. Go ahead.
In the book of Revelations, we're in chapter 20, verse 1. And it reads, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
So it's still the same angel that we've been talking about. Go ahead.
And a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit.
So the bottomless pit that Satan opens up, the Messiah is going to come down and cast that devil who is Satan into his own bottomless pit. Go ahead.
And shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more.
You will not deceive the nations no more, Satan. You have tricked many people to follow after you. Now you're done. Go ahead.
Till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. And after that he must be loosed a little season. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yeshua.
So it says, and then I saw thrones. Anytime you see thrones, it's talking about the Most High. And then I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them. The judgment was given unto them. So now judgment day is coming. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yeshua. So the souls that were beheaded are people like us. So like I tell you, listen, they can knock on that door right now and say, hey, Ed Love, I'm coming in here to give you the chip, which is the mark of the beast. And I say, nah, not this guy. You ain't giving me no chip in my hand. You might as well just kill me. Actually, before you kill me, let me slap you up a couple times. Because I know you're going to kill me. And then once they kill me, I just died in the name of the Most High. I just died in the name of Yeshua. I went out and did it his way. So now that I did it his way, it says in verse 4, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yeshua. Go ahead.
We're in verse 3. No, we're in verse 4.
Verse 4.
And it reads, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yeshua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon his foreheads, or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yeshua 1,000 years.
So it tells you right here, the people that were beheaded, and the people that did not worship the image of the beast, the people that did not follow Satan and his government, these are the people that's going to reign with the Messiah. All right. Let's Wikipedia Shiva. So remember, we just read the information about Shiva, which is the symbol, the statue that's in front of Cern. So let's go to Shiva and Wikipedia Shiva, which is S-H-I-V-A. Wikipedia Shiva, S-H-I-V-A. And this is the statue that's in front of Cern. Go ahead, read it.
We have Shiva, and it is Siva, meaning the auspicious one, also known as Mediva, great god, is one of the main deities of Hinduism. He is the supreme god within Shaivism, one of the three most influential denominations in contemporary Hinduism. He is one of the 5 primary forms of God in the Smarta tradition, and the destroyer or the transformer.
So Shiva is the destroyer or the transformer. What transformer are you talking about? Okay? And when you look at Shiva, Shiva looks like what? A woman. But it's referring to Shiva right here as what? A he. So the destroyer or the transformer. That's why we have what going on right now? Same-sex marriage. They're trying to transform this world into a transgender world, to where everybody is almost is a hermaphrodite, where you have both. They're trying to transform the world into that, like Bruce Jenner. He didn't get the fully complete sex change, but he got boobs. He dresses like a woman now. He looks like a woman, but guess what? He still has down low. So this is the transform. This is what these people are, just like Shiva. Shiva, you look at it, looks like a woman, but it's referring to Shiva as a female. So Shiva is the destroyer or the transformer. So that statue represents either or. I'm going to destroy the world or I'm going to transform the world. So let me tell you this is what they want to do. With Cern, they want to, like they say, they want to recreate the world. Two beams hitting, the next you know, boom, creation is done. Now we're going to transform the world and start over and bring in our robots and bring in our transgender people. Everybody is different. Nobody's what the Most High created, male and female. Now we have recreated a whole new earth with a whole new people. See what they're trying to do? This is their plan. This is what they have in mind. But Shiva is the destroyer. Go to Revelations 9 and 11. So we already broke down in Revelations 9 and 1 and 2 that a star hits the earth, and this star was given the key to the bottomless pit. Let's break down this star. Read Revelations 9 and 11.
We're in the book of Revelations. We're in chapter 9, verse 11, and it reads, "And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon."
So it says whose name in Hebrew tongue was Abaddon. Break down the word Abaddon in Greek in this form right here. Break down the word Abaddon. What does it say?
We have Abaddon, it is G3. Abaddon is G3, and it is Abaddon. Abaddon, and we have of Hebrew origin, a destroying angel.
So the word Abaddon means destroying angel. And what is Shiva? The destroyer. So when you start putting it together, so Abaddon right here is the angel that has the key to come open up the bottom of it, and that angel is the destroyer. Break down Apollyon.
We have Apollyon, it is G623. Apollyon is G623. And we have Apollyon, Apollyon, Apollon, Apollyon, and it is a destroyer, that is Satan.
So both of these words mean destroyer. Abaddon and Apollyon. Apollyon is a destroyer, that is Satan. And this is what Cern has as a statue in front of their building. Shiva, which is the destroying angel, comes to destroy. And it says this thing, the Cern machine, is coming to change time. Remember, we read it when that scientist, he says they're trying to change the time. They're trying to recreate the world, the universe, and change time. Let's go to Daniel 7 and 25. So now that we know they're trying to bring this machine in and destroy the Most High's creation, listen, they don't want you or I here. The bigwigs of this world don't want us here anymore. They say we're sucking the money and everything dry. So it's time to get rid of these people. The machine ain't moving the way they expected it to at this time. The machine is jammed up. The money ain't recycling the way we want it to, so now we got to get rid of them. Throw those batteries away, and let's make some batteries that don't run out. Some rechargeable batteries. Because you ain't nothing but a battery. You ain't nothing but a resource. They have this machine that runs on a daily basis, and they take you and I and they stick you into the machine and drain you. That's why people doing overtime. Man, I'm tired. I can't go no more. Yeah, you just got drained at work. They used you up. So they want to take these batteries, and they're tired of switching me and you out and say, all right, this battery's low. Put it on. You know how you got a remote control. You're like, hey man, it's low. take the batteries out, you go in the drawer. All right, go some more. And work for a few more days. Oh man, those done. So some more of these just keep going back and forth. That's how they use us. But now they just want to throw y'all away completely. Get rid of these batteries and go get some batteries that I can just recharge. It's the robots are. The robots, when the robot get down on get low, they just go plug it in and recharge it, and a couple hours later, he's new again. So they want to recreate and get rid of this world and bring in another one. Daniel 7:25.
We in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25, and it reads, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws."
So it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. Who is that? Men that follow after Satan. They're going to speak great words against the Most High. That's what Obama has going on right now. Obama and the government, they don't say anything good about the Most High. They speak against him. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Who are the saints? Us. We've been worn out. They didn't wore us out in so many different ways. And think to change times and laws. So not only will they speak against the Most High, but they're going to think to change times and laws. And this is what they got going on. They didn't already change the laws of the Most High. Don't nobody follow the laws of this Bible. People follow the laws of America, but don't nobody follow the laws of this Bible. They'll follow the laws. They definitely won't get on that freeway and go 80. They follow that law. They scared to jaywalk. It's just real talk. And now they want to change times. Now let's go back into recreation. We're going to redo everything. We're going to change times. We're going to go from 2015 and in their world back to the beginning, because they're trying to bring in this Big Bang. Is what they call it. We're going to start over. Verse 26.
We're in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 26, and it reads, "But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom of his dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him."
So it says, so when the Messiah comes, he's going to be over all dominions. He's going to be the king over all dominions. And the saints of the Most High shall get the dominion. All right, so as long as we stick with the Most High, no matter what the government, no matter what man do, as long as we stick with him, we're going to get the kingdom, which is the everlasting kingdom, which is salvation. So stay patient. Don't let what they have going on distract you and take you out of the realm. Don't get scared. Don't fear. Because once you start fearing them, then you don't fear the Most High. You can only fear one person. Remember that. There's only one person you can fear, and that's the Most High. But the moment you start fearing Satan and man and what they do, now you don't fear the Most High. Remember that. So don't fear what they do. You know, laugh at it, smile at it, and say, hey, you know the Messiah gonna come take care of y'all, right? He's gonna come take y'all out. All right, 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. We got about 15 minutes left. And remember, y'all know when I do lessons like this, what's coming next week? Part 2. So don't worry. If you're just barely getting comfortable, like, man, what's going on? Part 2 is gonna come next week. There's gonna be way more information. But I wanted to open up the doors to your ears on what's out there. A lot of people don't even know this machine is out there. 17 miles long, 330 feet underground. Man, that's deep. I can't even picture it. And that's sad. Usually you can kind of picture something, but I can't even picture it. And they have so many videos. So on your own this weekend too, I'll do part 2. Go pull up Cern on YouTube and just watch the videos, and you're just gonna lose your mind. Go ahead.
We're in the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3, and it reads, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
So it says, let no man deceive you by any means. Don't let no man lie to you and tell you that day ain't coming. Like how we talking to him, oh man, that ain't gonna happen. That day ain't coming. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. That's what they're gonna tell you. Except there come a falling away first. So like I said earlier, this stuff has to happen. A falling away has to come first. This stuff has to come to pass. And that man of sin be revealed. Who is that man of sin? Satan. Satan's going to be revealed before our eyes first. We're going to see all the works of Satan. As long as we're here on this earth, you're going to start seeing, like I said, you're seeing the same-sex marriage. You're seeing this machine. We still got harp out there that we know about. We already break down. You start to see all of Satan's devices. So now the Most High is starting to reveal Satan. We're starting to see all of his works. Like the brother KG, I remember he said about a month ago, he said, is it that they're sleeping or we're waking up? No. The Most High is just starting to reveal everything that Satan has in his operation plan. That day has to come for us to see it. And that's how we wake up. We start to see it, and that's how people wake up. Verse 4.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Who did that? Who exalted himself above the Most High? Go ahead.
Or that is worship. So that as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
You remember these things was told to you. All right, let's go to Isaiah 14 and 12. So it says in verse 4 of Thessalonians 2, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called a higher. Who did this? Who says I'm above a higher? Satan did it. Okay? Isaiah 14 and 2, Satan told us he was going to be like 14 and 2. Isaiah 14 and 12, I mean. Yeah, you already know. Every time this is correct. Isaiah 14 and 12, go ahead.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12, and it reads, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the sides of the north.
So when Satan was cast down to the ground, all right, he says, I will ascend into heaven and I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. So Satan says, I'm going to be bigger than the Most High. Since you want to kick me out of heaven, the Most High, I'm going to come back up there and I'm going to put my throne above yours. That's what Satan says. And why was Satan kicked out of heaven? Anybody?
He wouldn't worship man.
He wouldn't worship the creation of Adam. So when Adam was created and Michael the archangel went and said, hey Satan, come on, we got to go worship Adam. Now that the Most High has created man, we got to go worship him. And Satan says, listen, I ain't going to worship that dude. I thought I was going to be the man. I thought the Most High was going to put me over the earth. Michael said, nah, man, you got to chill. You got to come worship me. Satan, I ain't worshiping nobody. So then the Most High said, you got to go. And kick that star out of heaven. You see a star just falling to the ground. And as a kid, like I always say, when you was as a kid, when you see a falling star, what they tell you to do? Which one? Ain't nothing to understand. We're going to start right now and see a falling star, and that's just another star at the Most High, another angel at the Most High said, listen, you get out of here. What you wishing? What you wishing though? For real. But so it's just crazy though how they the sorcery that they taught us. That's sorcery. Wishing on a fallen star. And that's just a bad angel getting kicked out of heaven. Go back to 2 Thessalonians. Let's pick back up on verse 6. We stopped at verse 5. 2 Thessalonians. Go back to chapter 2, verse 6. We got like 10 minutes left. And like I said, you guys, we're going to stop right into some meat and potatoes, but we're going to pick right back up next Friday.
We're in the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 6. And it reads, "And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth it will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then he shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lyings and wonders."
Who is him? Man. So even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So man is working after the power of Satan. Verse 10.
Verse 10. "And with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved."
So it says they receive not the love of the truth. So you must know the truth in order to be saved. If you don't know this truth, you can't be saved. Read it again. Yep.
Verse 10. "And with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness."
You must know the truth, you guys. Point blank. If you don't know the truth, you will not be set free. If you don't know the truth, you will not be saved. James 2 and 19. Actually, before we go to James, let's go to John 8 and 32. John 8 and 32. So it reads in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10 that because they received not the love of the truth, so they didn't want to receive this true information, that they might be saved. So it's a few different precepts in the Bible that tell you that you must know the truth if you want to be saved. Point blank. Go ahead.
We're in the book of John, St. John, chapter 8, verse 32. And it reads, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free."
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The truth is what's going to give you salvation, which is this information we're talking about tonight. What's the truth? I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Judah and not an African American. So as long as you keep believing you're African American, that's not the truth. That's not what the Bible says. And once you say, "Hey, yeah, I am an Israelite from the tribe of Judah," now you get somewhere. What's the truth? Jesus or Yeshua? You following after Jesus? The Bible don't say nowhere in there. There's no. We all know they interjected the word Jesus in here to make you follow the name Jesus, which is their God. But when you do your homework and you break it down, it's Yeshua, which is Savior. That's the truth. So when you start following the truth, that's what's going to make you free. James 2 and 19. James 2 and 19. James is almost at the end of the Bible, but it's not, it's getting there. It's before Peter. All right, James 2 and 19. Go ahead.
We're in the book of James, chapter 2, verse 19, and it reads, "Thou believest that there is one power. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble."
Read it again.
"Thou believest that there is one power."
So it says there is one God. How is there all these religions out here that worship their own God, where you have all these different gods through all these different religions? It says right here, there is one God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So the devils tremble at this one God. The devils tremble at this one God. That's why Satan don't want you to know who this one God is, because he's scared of it. So that's why Satan got you believing that there are multiple gods in all these different religions. No, there is one God to worship, and his name is Ahia Shah. And Satan knows once you know who he is, he gets worried. He gets scared. He trembles. He says, oh, no, no, no. The devils also believe and tremble. Break down the word devils right there.
We have devils, it is G1140. Devils is G1140, and we have Daimonion, 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 and it is a demonic being, by extension a deity, devil, god.
So these devils are these demonic spirits that are out there. That's what the word devils mean right here in this precept. Demonic spirits. These demonic spirits, which is Obama and them, the Pope, Queen Elizabeth, they tremble when they find out you have learned who the true power is. All right, the last thing of the night. We won't get through this whole thing, but I will go into it for a few seconds. Just so we can go right into part 2 next week. I don't know. I didn't put this information down. Just go to Google and put in the Vatican's. Actually, you know what? Go to Google and put Cern Ultimate Plan. I believe that's what I went to. Cern, CERN, Ultimate Plan. Who's there? Yeah, what is it, like number 3?
Yeah,
Link number 3?
before it's started.
Okay. So Google CERN Ultimate Plan, and link number 3 is the Vatican's secret alien plans. We'll read a few minutes of this, and this is where we're going to pick up on next week. Go ahead. Trying to get it?
Yeah,
No, you'll get it. You'll get it to you. Go ahead. There goes CERN. Y'all see that?
Wow.
Huge. It's freaking huge. Go ahead. Yep.
it
Read the
says
title.
the Vatican's secret alien plans and the importance of CERN. Says, whether you are a religious person or not, religion holds an important part in helping to prepare the masses of this world for extraterrestrial contact. Even though no disclosure has yet been given by the Pope, after many rumors flying around recently, there is definitely something going on, some kind of buildup. And if you add in the large hardened collider machine at CERN, then the pieces of the jigsaw start coming together. So Pope Francis was recently reportedly about to disclose about the existence of extraterrestrial life to the world. But not surprisingly, this did not happen. It says, but could there be more truth than in this than what we originally thought? Says, this Pope seems keen to introduce the aliens. Whether or not this claims is true, two things are sure. We're supposed to now believe that ETs exist, and this Pope is committed to transforming the way all of us live in this world.
There go that word transforming. So remember, Shiva was what? Destroyer or transformer. Go ahead.
It says, once researcher and writer Tom Horn said that he had even spoke with some of the astronomers at the Vatican Observatory on top of the Mount Graham, and they talked to him openly and explained to him that they searching for extraterrestrial intelligence and planets inside our solar system. The Vatican clearly take the whole life beyond planet Earth subject very seriously. Horn has also said before that he is in contact with a NASA female scientist, and she told Horn there is no question that there are extraterrestrial beings, and they are out there, and if we will, we can contact them, no doubt. The Vatican has been pushing themselves to the forefront in the observing and observation of what's up there for a good long while now. The Vatican are looking for these ET beings, and they also know that these alien beings are on their way, and some even here already. And it is just a matter of time before they made the big announcement that they are here. The Vatican believe that something is definitely up there and is coming here.
So we'll stop there. And that's where we'll continue next week and break down.
This tracking page is about 2 minutes.
Yeah?
From the website, it's kicking off.
So get out of there.
Yeah, getting too much info.
So next week we'll break down part 2 of this, and we'll break down the transforming part on what they do. So tonight we broke down the destroying part that Cern can do. Then next week we'll break down the second part of what Cern can do is by bringing in new dimensions of life and what they're trying to do. But you have to understand, aliens, these are part of the robots and different things that they're creating on the back end. And when they bring in a big bang, and then all of a sudden the Pope is standing on the stage with an alien, that's something that these people have created. And once people see that alien, they go crazy, and that's just part of their deceiving lie that there's life on other planets, when this is just a being that they've been trying to create forever. But this is the transforming world. And remember, you guys, listen. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I would like to think that I was wrong, but through the Spirit of the Most High, it's not false. And like we've been talking about for the last 2 months, something's going to happen in September. All right. From like the second week of September into October, something is going to happen. I don't know what day, but all the stuff I've been preparing y'all and telling y'all, one of these things are going to happen. Whether if it's going to be Cern, whether if it's going to be a new world order. All right. And you remember the lesson I did about 2-3 weeks ago when I said the scientists say that there's a big old meteor that's about to hit Earth. The second week they said big old meteor is about to hit Earth, like the second week of September. Didn't I do the lesson about 3 weeks ago when we were talking about that? And it's supposed to create a big boom. Sorry. So they tell you that a meteor is coming when they're down there creating the boom. That makes sense? And if people don't put the puzzle piece together, they're lost in the sauce and don't realize what's happening. So they're going to create the big boom with Cern. And they're telling you that the boom is coming, but they're not telling you how it's coming, because they're the ones that's doing it. So that's why I continue to bring this to y'all, so we can be prepared as a group, and we can stick close by Him in the Spirit of the Most High. As long as we're together as a group, Spirit will show us what to do. But as long as you're off on your own, trying to figure it out and be on your own, you're going to get strayed, and you're going to be part of their problem. But if we come together as a group under the Spirit of the Most High, He will guide us through this. All right? So with that in mind, we'll do part 2 next week. We'll pick right back up from this ET stuff and the Pope and go right into the transforming world of Cern versus, and we'll go into a little more information on their whole Big Bang thing. And like I said, your homework for this week, look up Cern. They got many videos on it. Watch it. Okay? Watch it, and that way you can kind of know. And even look up this Pope thing with the aliens. He's been talking about this stuff for a while now. And guess who's gonna be here in September?
Oh,
Shaking hands with Obama. They got the biggest meeting ever between the Vatican and the President of the United States. What are they up to? With that in mind, we'll say all praises to the Most High. Higher. All right, and let's pray it out.